Good morning, everyone. It's TA, your Innerpreneur coach. Excited to come today as we kick off the holidays. You guys, it is cold. It is official to where I am going to be doing something very special over the Thanksgiving holiday and all counting down to Christmas, where I'm just going to be giving away gifts, you guys, as a way of getting us started and launched into our new year now versus later, to change our life and our future so that we can truly not only be dreaming, but also be living the life that I believe truly belongs to you. Well, today our focus is called Someday is Today. Now, maybe you've seen the movie Night and Day with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz, but I'm hoping you have. If not, it's a movie to plug in for the holidays, where you hear them talk about, man, someday I'm gonna do this. Someday when this happens, this will happen. Someday if this did this, then this would be. Well, guess what? I'm bringing to you 8 things that if your concept and your idea has these things, and if you started today during the holidays in the winter, by the time we're on the beach for spring break, you will be making income. So get ready, you guys, because Suit Up starts now. Again, good guys, good morning. Again, happy Thanksgiving to you. Man, I love this topic that we're going to dive into. You know, so many times when we're sitting here thinking at the end of the year what we're going to do to change everything for the next year, or we're sitting here assessing maybe our bills, maybe assessing our job, or just looking at our life. This is the time out of the year that, believe it or not, it's not New Year's, where people are spending more time thinking about their future, thinking about what they can do and what they can start that could just change everything. Well, that is why today, you guys, I am bringing a concept of 8 things that your business idea, your plan needs to have for it to be a 6-figure $1 million concept. If it has these 8 things and you start right now, not next year, that you will already have a motorcycle bike going that you could hop back onto, that will take you and catapult you into a life that you can not only build for today, that someday ends up being today, that you can build your future. So let's get started, you guys. The very first thing that your concept or your idea needs to have, it needs to be something that requires very little money. If it's something that you need to take out a big loan and do, or you've got all of this money that is required, that's needed, I'm really going to tell you to rethink, maybe not your concept, rethink how you can do it and start it differently. When I meet with my clients, one of the very first things that we do, we kick back and sit back and we dream all the way to infinity, that if we start this business, what could it do? How big could it be? Where do you want it to end up at? But we always make sure that on the next day that we sit down and do a quick start business concept and look at what we're building as a way of something that we can start right now with very little income, very little investment. And if we do have to put money into it, it is something that we can see that we can get a return and get it back very quickly. So if your business concept is demanding and requiring a lot of money, or for you to take out a loan, I'm going to tell you, I think we maybe need to beat it up more, or we may need to table that for now, and we may look at something else that maybe can and will give you something back with very little bit of time or investment into it. All right, number 2, kind of staying with that, you guys, is I am telling you that it needs to be something that requires very little training. Something that you can start where, lo and behold, the training to learn how to do it, the training to get certified or get a license, whatever it takes, that the training is no more than a 4, 6, or 12-week program. I'm going to sit here and tell you that I love that we have gotten to a revolutionary world, that what it would take, all the studying you would have to do, how long you would have to sit in school, how long you would have to learn how to do something. Man, I love that they've trimmed the fat off of that to get you to learn quickly so that you can start quickly. There are many things that you can do that are things that don't require training, or the training that you need is things that can be done in a short period of time, because we need to start someday today. Had to plug that one again. I love that movie with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz. You got to go watch it. It's a good one for the holidays. The next one, you guys, and man, kind of keeping a little bit to what I'm saying, but now I'm going to go even wider. Make sure it is not a concept that requires you to purchase all this inventory. Where, man, you've got inventory in your bathroom, you've got it in your kitchen, you've got it on your shelves collecting dust. It's everywhere. And now you're like in that heavy moment that when you're looking at that inventory every day, you're already feeling bogged down because that inventory cost you all this money that you needed to put in, that now you become desperate for it to sell and sell big because I just need to get my inventory investment back. Man, that mindset right there doesn't go with the someday is today excitement. It kills the energy. It kills the bank account, and it is not needed in order to launch a business. Now, I'm going to give you a nugget real quick that I want you to write down, and I want you to study it and listen and press in and even rewind this back. You don't need all that inventory. What you need is a few things to showcase what it is, to be able to do some promotional videos, to be able to take some great, awesome shots with your camera. And my goodness, you can use your iPhone today to be able to showcase what it is. Maybe it's your beta, your prototype, and you are demonstrating or showing what it is. Maybe it is t-shirts and jewelry, and you've got a couple of things that will showcase what you're going to be creating, what you're going to be selling, what your service is. Maybe it's you even giving away some of those things for free. Maybe it's just time that you've got to invest to get people to now be able to see it, feel it, visualize it, and feel and see the value. It is not needed, because here's another nugget that I'm going to give you. Somebody better listen. Is that now what you can do is you can do pre-order sales. Now what you can do is to do pre-bookings, where people now, for a certain rate or a certain price, they are pre-booking, they are pre-ordering and buying. And now you can use that income as collateral for you to not only reinvest in your business, but to take a portion of it. And here comes another nugget, to now be able to take some of that and invest in other streams of income, so that your income is diverse, but at the same time, it's not just about your business. Now you've got other streams of income that are generating. Like I said, if we start today, we're going to have a different year next year, but we don't wait until January. We start someday today. All right, you guys, the very next one, and this is important. When you look at the market and you do a study, and this is something that happened over 15 years ago, God, it could even be longer than that, but I think it's right at about 15 years ago, the market shifted. That all of the consumers, all of the clients now, guess where you find them? Guess where you meet them? You meet them online. It needs to be a concept that we can launch, even if the big picture is a building. Man, why go get a building and have all of that lease in real estate, amount that you've got to pay over and over and over again before you even build to that level? Why not challenge your concept to look at how you can do it online? Maybe that's that phase one of your big business building concept that allows you to be able to start without a building. Why? Because when you get a building, you are, and I'm going to say it, stuck in a city, limited to a city, limited to what happens in that city. And now, if you want to go duplicate, now you've built a brand that's just about a building, then now you got to go reinvest all of that again and raise more capital for all of that again to now have a building in every city or whatever state you want to be in, where when you build it online, you can be in every city, in every state, not only in the nation, but in the whole world. Talk about being able to build exponentially. Talk about now having a reach that's bigger than just one area and not having limits on what you can do. Again, this is all about you guys building something that we could start today and be in a place that in the next 4 to 6 months, we've got income. And maybe even sooner than that, there are some businesses that you can start today, and within the next 45, 60 days, you can start to make income. This is what we're looking for. This is the change that, man, we need. And let me kind of pause here for a second, because what I'm going to be doing all holiday long is I am going to be bringing you 17 ideas that you can launch right now that meet these 8 requirements, that you can be making 6 figures and build $1 million concept that can just change your whole life, provide for you and your family, provide for the future, and overflow to even change maybe people in need in your community. I'm going to be launching those throughout the holiday. I'm going to be giving away free gifts, free business concept, $1 million concept ideas. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and you are always aware when another episode of Suit Up is hitting your YouTube channel or on Facebook, you guys. All right, so let's dive back in again. The very next one, and I love this, is that you want to make sure your concept does not require you to have to hire all these people or have all these employees. Do you know how much money you spend not only for them to have a paycheck or a salary, but for employee taxes? Oh my goodness, it's so much. And immediately you're putting a lid, and now you're limiting yourself on how many people that you can have. And you're starting again a concept that is top heavy, overhead heavy. Maybe instead of looking for employees, ding, 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 you look for people that are partners. Those that have ideas that will click into your idea. Maybe it's those that are maybe stronger in areas that you're weaker. Don't just partner with people that are strong and just like you. Look for people that, man, do things better than you. Because now if you go get it, I recommend at least 2 other people, so there's 3. That's how you anchor a concept. What could y'all do? Man, that's like the Power Rangers. Power Rangers, ignite. You guys can ignite in every single situation, every single moment, and you can ignite that business where it blows up, because now instead of 1 person, there's 3 people. And now instead of this big, gigantic overhead, now you've got people that are in it with you, doing more than you. And now you start off being able to duplicate and grow beyond what 1 person can do. And then, you guys, our last 3, I love these because it's all about what it's about. It's all about why we're thinking about our life, why we're thinking about what we want to change and making New Year's resolutions. And again, the thing is, don't start in January. Number 6 is start immediately. Don't feel like I'm going to plan it out. I'm going to get everything in order. I'm going to buy what I need. I'm going to write it out. Man, we have got to start today. If you want to change in January, February, and March, you need it right now. You got to start, guess what? Now. This is where the times that we are going to have things slow down during the holidays is a perfect time for you to launch your business. We want to already be on something in motion, not trying to crank up something. And the other thing, and I'm going to give you another nugget, is that all of your consumers, All of your clients, guess what they're doing? They're doing the same thing you are and thinking about things that they want to go shopping for or they want and to purchase or that they need. And they now have all this time during the holidays. You know where I'm going to surf, to look, and to find and explore and to have conversations because things have slowed down. And now they are equipping and making decisions today on who they're going to buy from and who they're going to do it with. If you wait until the new year, I'm going to say it, you've missed it. So we're looking at our concept and making sure our concept and us doing our concept is starting someday, is today, immediately. Okay, that one is crucial, you guys. And our last two is that we also want to make sure that whatever idea we have in our concept is something that has a now market. And what I mean by a now market, and this is crucial, that means it's not something that was needed and desired or wanted 15 years ago, or just something that you just really want to do. It doesn't matter if anybody else wants it. Man, we need to make sure that whatever you're doing, whatever you're providing, it's got a couple of key factors. It is something that can withstand time. That means it's not based on the moon being right, the sun being at the right angle, and the wind being exactly where it needs to be. That means no matter what is happening in the world, and I got to say that today, that what you're going to launch is going to be something that there is a need for it, that it provides something. There's benefits to people that need those benefits. The second piece of that, it could be something that people always want. Guess what? It doesn't have to be a need. People buy and do things more based on what they want over what they need. So if it's something that you know people just want because you see a consistency, or you see with that consistency, the people who are buying, this is something that you know that they want, then man, it's going to withstand every single emotion, every single life change that they have, because the want is always a want. And then the other thing, you guys, is to make sure, number three, that it is not a seasonal thing, meaning in the summer it's hot. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some businesses that have been able to be successful, but guess where they started? They started doing things in the way that I'm telling you. They built that up, they captured their market, and now they were able to meet the need and the want of their market, and now they could control when they offered it. That right there is where you got to build to that. But you've got to make sure that whatever you are creating, whatever you're doing, that you see that it is not based on a certain time or a certain season, that it is 24/7, 12 months out of a year, no matter what. And our last one, and I cannot wait to say this one because this is something that, man, I've been really saying a lot of and been really trying to get us comfortable with it, is that if you're going to start something, if you're going to put your heart, blood, sweat, and tears, if you're going to crank it up today to where you're already, man, running and sprinting into the new year, then we got to make sure that your business concept has an ability to make money. If what it takes to create it or do it is just so high that you can't see where you can increase it for there to be a profit margin, or you don't see where you can really make money at it, because maybe there's a now market, but is there a demand market? And what is that demand? Then we've got to really assess, man, our plan, but we may need to assess our concept, because the whole goal as to where a lot of people decide at the end of the year to change their life and what they're really looking for is to create a life, a future, create all these things that are limited, to remove things that are keeping them at one place, and to create a life that they desire, that no matter what year it is, they end the year and there it is again, and they get excited again to say, you know what, this is going to be my someday. Today, this year is it. But we've got to make sure that whatever it is that you are building your dreams and your hopes on your future, that it has the ability to make money. When you go and look at the definition from Merriam-Webster on what entrepreneurship is or what is a business, you will see the definition something that makes money. If it doesn't make money, then it means it's a hobby. It's not a business. And we can't build a future and change our life on just a hobby. You guys, I truly hope that all 8 things your concept must have, that if you start today, because someday is today, that you can be launched and catapulted into a future where you are making income, you are making money. And if you take this concept and work it with all your heart, sweat, and tears, that it will duplicate, it will multiply, and it will build multiple streams of income to catapult you into $1 million income life, you guys. So I'm excited. Again, make sure you tune in, make sure you subscribe, because I am going to be giving you 17 gifts for Christmas that will give you the ability that if you like it, what I'm going to tell you, research shows it, that if you started this concept today, that it meets every single one of these criterias and you could go hard and win. So you guys, again, happy Thanksgiving one more time. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you as we suit up from week to week to go hard and possess the life that we truly not only desire, but one that belongs to us. And have a great week, you guys.